Hi, welcome to another lesson of the course. Now we're going to talk about motion path. I'm going to use the same file as before. You can see that when we select any of these circles that has the position keyframes, you can see that we have a little line here with some dots in it. This is called the motion path because it shows the path that the object is going to follow from the one point to the ending point. So these dots represent all the frames that it takes from this point to this point. For example, if I zoom in a little, I can see all the frames here. And if I go to from one frame to another, to do that I'm going to press the Control key on my keyboard and the right arrow. You can see that I'm moving on the frames. So you can see that the anchor point moves on every single one of these dots. So these dots represent the frames that it takes for the object to go from point A to point B. That's why when we use, for example, on this one, I use the easy ease out, you can see that on the beginning it has way more frames, way more dots on the beginning because it makes it so slower, and that's what this keyframe, this easy is out frame does, because it makes the object to pass through more frames to get to one point. So that's why it takes longer on the beginning, and instead on the easy is in it takes longer on the ending. So this motion path can be customized. As you can see, this path has, as any other path like an Illustrator or Photoshop, it has some handles. You can see that the ending point, it's an anchor, and this anchor has a handle, this little line with a dot at the end. This is a handle, so we can move this, and are changing the motion path like this. So this is now the path that the object is going to follow. So if I hit play, it goes like this. Let's change this one like this. Maybe this one could be like this. And like this. If we hit play, you can see that they are all very random. So the object is going to follow any path that we say. Now, if we grab our pen tool, we can create more anchors. For example, if you place the cursor here, you can see that it shows a plus sign, which means that you can add a new anchor. If I hit on this part, you can see that I already created a new anchor, and I can customize this. I can tweak it a little as I want, and I can create as many anchors as I want. So you can create really complex motion path using the pen tool. You can see how it looks, of course, because it's really fast. You can appreciate all the movement. But as you can see, we created a lot more of keyframes. A keyframe for each point of this. What I'm doing here is creating a keyframe. You can see that I created a keyframe here, and I can move this. Of course, this can be turned into any kind of keyframe that I want. Maybe this one will be an easy ease, and you can see that now it's really different from before. So this is really nice because you can create some wonderful movement for an object. For example, this one is really smooth and it looks really nice. So it's really important that you know that this motion path can be customized. Another important thing here is that, for example, if I go to this first circle, you can see that I created all these keyframes, and these keyframes can be customized too. For example, if I move this keyframe farther, you can see that it creates a lot more of frames here because it will take longer. From this point to this point, it will take so much longer, like this. So I can just organize all of them, and you can see how the frames here, the little dots, are changing too. So you can create maybe a speedy transition here, and maybe really slow on the middle, and then it ends faster, like this. So you can play with anything here on the motion path. It's really fun to do, and we can work with this to create wonderful transitions for our animations. So that's all I wanted to teach you about the motion path and the keyframes. Now let's go to another lesson.